Hi, I'm Deb Vogley.
I'm Josh, Peter's favorite sister.
I am Max Kuypers. I'm Peter's cousin.
Hi, I'm Deanna Kuypers.
Alright. By no means whatsoever am I trying to say that welfare is a bad thing. Because it's not. What I do want to say is that we currently do have some flaws in the policies we have. And there are things that we can do to fix that. There are specific changes we can make, and they could benefit everybody. States need to implement a better policy for workfare systems while not penalizing claimants' benefits. One of the changes I think we need to make is how the money works with it. Because according to an article by John Humphreys about how our welfare system can create an age of entitlement, welfare claimants do not want to work most jobs because they don't compensate for the benefits of the losses they don't compensate for the losses they would get from the benefits that they get from the states. And we don't want to do that. We want them to be able to eventually get off these programs because right now our debt's so high. And later on I'll talk about a chart by Romania Boca. And she talks about the total spending on welfare, and she talks about how it can incorporate into our debt we have. If we can train our people to get off of welfare, we can make them take different programs and trainings to learn how to become financially independent and eventually find a job that they'll be able to make more than what they would get from the state. It would be a good goal for them to reach, and they would want to because they'd be able to eventually spend their own money instead of having all these requirements with the WIC program and stuff, what they can and cannot buy. They only get so much money, and they can't spend on what they want because they need different necessities. In that same chart, I found that the total U.S. spending on welfare programs is $949 billion per year, and it keeps increasing every year. The number of states do now require claimants to enroll in either a training or work program in order to receive benefits. And I found that on the American Economic Review website. If a program was implemented to where claimants had to have a job, like I said, and take a training, it would be a good goal for them to become financially independent, and they can spend their money how they want. They can earn more money and become a better part of society, more or less, because they can choose what they want to spend. They can participate in whatever they want to. And a change would make taxpayers happier. The average taxpayer in America spends $8,776 annually to keep the welfare programs afloat. And I found that on Discover the Networks of the welfare states' cost to American taxpayers. Also, in an article by Robert Rector called Obama's End Run on Welfare Reform, Part 1, Understanding Workfare on the Heritage Foundation's website, I found that a vast majority of Americans favor a work requirement for welfare. And then again on that chart by Romania Boca, I found that if we change some of these annual spendings, we could start paying back some of our debt. We are trillions and trillions of dollars in debt right now. And if we can fix some of these things, we could slowly begin to pay back. We could fit more people on and keep our costs down on that instead of keep raising it by millions of dollars each year. So again, we need to make changes for different reasons, and we can make those specific changes to fix our systems. We can make changes to laws. We can just change some of the programs a little bit. We can tweak who can be on and how long, because we can train them how they can be able to get off of these programs. And these changes could benefit everyone. So, I believe that states need to implement better policies for workwear systems while not penalizing the claimant's benefits. I think it's done. Go ahead. Hopefully it's safe.
You want to double check?
Yeah.
You did a good job.
Yeah. And it ties into another speech that I already did because I had to do an indictment speech about this.
Let me see that. I can't believe that the average American spends almost $9,000 annually.
You hate speeches. I love talking in front of people.
A lot of these things, like they got them off like the Census Bureau, but like I couldn't find like the exact spot where they found it, so I just decided what they have and.
Grandma.